Alright, yippee, chapter 5. Here we go. Feelings. What a pleasant surprise, Rarely stated. What brings you to Cadillac? Started Chuck nervously. Well, so I came in to visit an old friend, so Spike and I tagged along. We've been seeing the sights, and in the process I ran into my friend Trixie. Speaking of her, she ripped her cape. Can you fix it? Ray treaded over to Trixie. May I see the cape? Trixie nodded. Rarely used her magic to levitate the purple garment in front of her. She carefully examined the rip. Spike crossed his arms. Figures. I tried to take Saya on a practice date, I get stuck with third wheel and then have to see Rarity. Why is it so hard to contain my feelings around you? Wait a minute. Oh, this won't be hard at all, Rarity said. Just wait here. I'll be back with a fully restored cape. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Trixie said, glad to know her beloved cake would be okay. Rarity started trying to her work area, where a sewing machine awaited. Spike started following her. Hey, Rarity, could I talk with you about something? In private? Fashion needed stopped in her tracks. Oh? Sure thing, Spike. Sarah looked concerned. Let me borrow him quick, she said as she dragged Spike to a dressing room for privacy. Tracy grinned. Once the size started asked, Spike, what are you doing? Spike smirked with confidence. I'm facing my problems head on. What? Spike sighed. I still feel awkward around Rarity, especially since she doesn't know that I know she doesn't love me. I have to tell how I feel. The big gamer didn't look convinced. I don't know if this is a good idea. I don't know either, Spike responded. But this is something I need to get off my chest. The young drunk exited the dressing room and followed Red to her sewing area. Sally rejoined her friend inside. Are you alright? Tracy asked. I'm fine, Sally responded. It's Spike I'm worried about. The whole reason trial brought him to Canada was so he could afford Reddy and made me feel less gloomy. Do you like him? Sally turned to her friend and said, I already told you we aren't a couple. That's not what I'm asking, Jokes responded. I'm simply asking if you like Spike. The big Yuga thought about her question. Well, he is a great friend. Still, that type of relationship would never happen between us. Sally eventually answered Tracy with, he's just a good friend. The magician raised an eyebrow slightly before smiling. That's a shame, because I think he likes you. Huh? Well, as far as he tries to hide it, Spike obviously is annoyed at me. And I think it's because he wanted to spend time with you, without anyone else around. He read into things too much, Starlight insisted. There's no way Spike would be interested in me in that way. Tracy frowned slightly, before smirking. Too bad, considering he is kind of cute for a dragon. Awkward silence ensued. At least until it was broken by Sassy Sass casually asking, How's the weather today? Sally nearly jumped. I almost forgot you were in the room. I haven't introduced myself, have I? Says relaxed. I'm Sassy Saddles, manager of this boutique. Rarity started sewing up Trixie's cape. So, darling, what did you wish to talk about? Spike briefly looked down to the floor, trying to gather up as much courage as possible. He shut his eyes and said, Rarity, I love you. This custom fashion needs to or probably stop sewing. Spike, I let me finish. Spike interrupted. Rarity, I love you, but I know you'll never love me back. At least, not in the same way. Ray's eyes widened. Huh? How? How did you know that? Twilight told me, Spike explained. The one you couldn't side. Spike, dear, I know I should have told you. Don't worry about that, Spike responded. I don't want to make you feel guilty. I want to apologize. Apologize to me? Yes, you, Spike responded. Twilight told me how all that attention I was giving you was making you feel. I'm sorry that I came on too strong. Why didn't you tell me? Rarity sighed. Spike, you're my friend. I may not be interested in a romantic relationship with you, but I do care about you. I didn't want to hurt you. Well, you did, Spike responded. You hurt me more by not telling me. Made me feel like perhaps you didn't trust me. It would have hurt a lot less if you had told me yourself instead of finding out from Twilight. The fashionista looked guilty. I'm sorry for not being open with you, Spike. You've always been so honest with me. I should have been more honest with you. Spike let a tiny smile appear on his face. I forgive you, Rarity. Can we still be friends? Why, of course, darling, Rarity responded. I know relationship didn't turn out the way you wanted, but you will always be a close friend, Spike. Rarity then pulled Spike in for a tonic hug. The young drunkard smiled. He no longer carried the burden of guilt, or doubts about his friendship with Rarity. 5 minutes passed, and Rarity was done patching up Trixie's cape. The white unicorn and the young dragon went back to the store area of the boutique to find Starlight and Sassy in the middle of a conversation. Trixie was browsing through some dresses. Please send pink cushions, Starlight, the manager of the store claimed. You like oolong tea as well? Yeah, it's my favorite beverage, Starlight responded. I don't get to drink it that often, though, since it's hard to find in Equestria. Oh, I know exactly what you mean, said Sassy. She didn't notice that Rarity and Spike were back. Oh, Miss Lulumoon, I believe Rarity is done repairing your cape. Trixie stopped examining the dresses on display and galloped towards the unicorn. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Trixie is so relieved. The magician used some magic to grab the garment from Rarity and drape it over herself once more. How much does the great and powerful Trixie owe you for repairing Trixie's glorious costume? Oh, no need to pay me, darling, Rarity said, waving her off. I have no problem fixing clothes for our friends free of charge. Sally glanced over at the clock in the boutique. Wait, it's 5 o'clock already? Dang, Spike and I have to head back to the train station now. The big unicorn turned to a new friend. It was nice meeting you, Sassy. Trixie, it's been wonderful catching up with you. When can we hang out again? Trixie asked. I've been wanting to do more tricks that I can only pull off with my number one assistant. Sally thought for a moment. Well, between helping my friends plan a festival and my friendship lessons, I've been busy. I'll send you later when I have more free time. We can schedule a time to meet up. Trixie gave her friend a goodbye hug. Sounds like a plan. Spike turned to Rarity. Well, I'll see you when you get back to Ponyville. The fashionista pulled in the young drake for a friendly hug. See ya. Thank you for being honest with me, Spike. Spike blushed slightly. No problem. Spike and Sally left the boutique and started making their way to the train station. Trixie then turned to Rarity and said, Trixie noticed a most glorious lavender dress. Oh, you must be talking about the Power Periwinkle. It's my latest dress design, and it's actually the reason why I'm here in Canterlot. Are you interested in purchasing it? Perhaps, Trixie responded. Could I order a custom version with a crescent moon on it? You most certainly can, darling. Spike and Starlight arrived at the train station and sat down on a bench to wait for Twilight. A few moments later, Twilight arrived, still chatting with Moondancer. So what did you think about the latest Daring Do book? I'm halfway done reading it, Moondancer responded. It's good so far, but I find it weird that Aosoto is trying so hard to get a rubber chicken. I mean, how proud can a silly child's toy be? Well, I've seen a rubber chicken help open a magical box, Twilight answered. If it was for that rubber chicken, I wouldn't have a castle. Moondancer's glasses slid down now slightly. You lead the strangest life, Twilight. The Princess of Friendship chuckled. Well, it comes naturally in my profession. You see all kinds of things saving the world. Oh, Starlight, Spike! The duo got up the bench and greeted Twilight. Purple Alicorn asked, How was your time in Canterlot? I had a really fun time, Starlight said excitedly. Spike smiled. I had a much better time here than I was expecting. Twilight wanted to hear more from Spike and Starlight, but before she could ask, she heard a train whistle. The train's getting ready to leave, Twilight said, farewell to Moondancer, and then joined Spike and Starlight in hurrying over to the train. Luckily, the trio managed to board the train just before it left. Twilight managed to find a free seat, and Starlight sat next to her. Spike sat down and seated across from Twilight and Starlight. The Prince of Friendship cleared her throat before speaking. So, what happened earlier today? Starlight spoke up first. Well, I ran into Trixie at the donut shop, so we were able to hang out and catch up. Twilight smiled. That's wonderful to hear. Spike, what did you do? Nothing too much, Spike asked nonchalantly. I grabbed some donuts with Starlight, we saw the sights with Trixie, and ran into Rarity. The Purple nodded. Oh, that sounds like a Rarity? Yeah, Trixie helped replication, we need help in fixing it. So we ended up at Rarity's boutique. It was my first time visiting the Canterlot shop, actually. Shoot, Twilight thought to herself. I should have checked with Rarity to see if she was visiting her boutique. I wasn't running to Rarity at first, Spike confessed, but I'm glad I saw her. I was able to apologize to her for coming on far too strong, and I don't feel super guilty. Thanks for bringing me to Camelot, Twilight. Twilight smiled nervously. Oh, no problem, Spike. The Paragon turned the window. Thanks to Celestia, things turned out good. I mean, Spike didn't get to avoid Rarity, but maybe confronting Drug is what he really needed to move on. The train arrived at Ponyville at 10 o'clock. As the three of them made their way back to the castle, Twilight yawned. Wow, I'm tired. I'm heading straight for bed. Star noticed lights on at the castle and raised an eyebrow slightly. That could be difficult considering the loud music coming from the castle. Huh? The purple alcohol noticed what Star was talking about and abruptly teleported to her castle to figure out what was going on. The pink unicorn held onto Spike and also teleported. Twilight, Starlight, and Spike found themselves in the third room of the castle. There were snacks laid all over the table and a large boombox blasting music. In the center was a giant slime monster swaying back and forth to the music, and a strange creature composed of several different animal parts that was dancing wildly and singing at the top of his lungs. Apples forever, apples together, we're family but so much more. Discord stopped singing when he noticed who had returned. Twilight! What? Twilight responded, clearly annoyed. It's a pomegranate! The Draconicus responded in a giddy tone. Don't disturb with your non-sacred to us, Discord, Twilight yelled. Why are you and the Smooths here in my castle? I am so glad you asked, Discord responded as he snubbed his fingers. All of a sudden, the Draconicus appeared to be on a large leather chair while wearing glasses, smoking a bubble pipe, and holding a large book. Discord opened the book and started reading it. You see, earlier today, the Smooths and I were hanging out at my place. And I told my friend, you know what, Smoozy? We've always been a type in the Chaos Dimension. Let's mix things up by partying in Ponyville. The Draconicus paused to sip some champagne that suddenly appeared in his paw. He then turned a page of the book to continue. So I traveled to this wonderful town with my dear friend, and I asked Applejack if the Smooths and I could party at our farm. But she said that she didn't want the Smooths to get slime all over her precious apples. I heard similar things from Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash. Twilight rolled her eyes. Get to the point. I just was, Discord answered as he turned the last page of the book he was supposedly reading from. So then the Moosinator and I arrived at your castle. I knocked at your door, but no pony or dragon answered. Thus I decided to go inside. I realized that no pony was here, which meant it would be the perfect place for the Smooshman and I to get down with our bad selves. Discord snapped his talon and caused a chair, glasses, and pipe to disappear. He snapped his talon again and caused a disco ball to descend from nowhere. He was also now wearing a leisure suit. The Draconicus started dancing as he concluded his little recap. And so we spent the last 5 hours boogieing in your castle. The end. Twilight Sparkle was not amused. Discord, next time you want to party in my house, ask for my permission. That giant blob is getting slime all over the cutie map. Discord snapped his talons and all of the slime in the room vanished. Better? Yes, Twilight said with a sigh. Discord, I don't mind if you want to spend some time with your friends here. Just give me a heads up next time. Also, I need to get some sleep, so say no more, Twilight. Discord interjected. I will bug you for the rest of the night. The Draconicus snapped his tail and caused Smooth to vanish. Ta-ta! He said right before vanishing himself. Wow, Starlight said. You told me that Discord could do strange stuff, but that was just crazy. I know, Twilight responded. I thought that I'd get used to his chaotic nature, but he still finds ways to be completely unpredictable. The Prince of Friendship yawned. Wow, I better get to bed. Good night, Spike. Good night, Starlight. Good night, good night. Spike went in the bathroom to brush his teeth. When he opened the door, he found a certain Draconicus supplying deodorant. Gah! Disco chuckled. Oh, Spike, don't need to overreact. Doing chaos magic can make you quite sweaty, so what are you doing here? The young truck interrupted. You promised not to bug us for the rest of the night. The bizarre creature smirked. I made no promise of some sort. I promised that I'd leave Twilight alone. And you're not a neurotic alcohol now, are you? Spike rolled his eyes. What do you want, Discord? No No need to be so hostile, Spike, my boy, Disco responded. I just want to congratulate you for being able to talk to Red and Camelot and in a mature fashion and being able to move on. Neon Dragon's eyes widened. Wait, what? How? How did you know about that? Why, I was spying on you, of course, Discord answered. Okay, first of all, that's creepy. Second of all, how could you spy on me if you were here in the throne room earlier? And third, why were you spying on me? All of a sudden, a second Discord appeared next to Spike. To answer your first question, the second Drunk explained, I can close myself as many times as I want, which is useful when I need to spy on you or Fluttershy. The first Discord continued to speak. And to answer your second question, I've been spying on you for the last few days. Seeing you struggle with your feelings for Rarity and Starlight is highly entertaining. You should write a book about your experiences. That's a ridiculous idea, Spike said. Nobody would want to read about my struggles. Is that so? The first Discord asked with a smirk. Then why are you writing that fan comic based on your experiences? The second Discord continued. That's different, Spike responded. I'm writing that to help me move on. It's not meant for other ponies to read. Well, I'd say you've moved on quite a bit, Spike, Disco says he fused with his clone. At least with the Rarity thing. What about you and that Starlight girl? Spike thought for a few seconds. I'm trying to take it slow with her. Don't want to get hate to make the same mistakes I made when I was pursuing Rarity. Disco waved his talent. Spike, my boy, that's a terrible idea. If you want to pursue somebody, you need to be bold. You need to take risks. Life is too short to waste on taking things slow. Twice told me the average dragon license around 2,000 years. Spike remarked in a deadpan tone. The Draconicus frowned. Do you want my advice or not? I never asked for your advice. Disco rolled his eyes. Kids these days. So ungrateful. I believe you, but before I do, let me tell you this. Do not be afraid of rejection, Spike. And with a snap of talon, Disco was gone. Spike grabbed his toothbrush and started applying toothpaste. I should talk to Fluttershy tomorrow. So I trotted through the hallway on the fourth floor. It was the next day, and she was continuing her quest to leave all the rooms in the castle. She opened the door and found several blankets inside of it. She wrote down linen closet on a sticky note and used much to place it over the doorway. This is taking longer than I thought, Sally thought to herself. But it will help me get around this place quicker. Sally moved on to the next door. She opened it and found a purple-blue room with a small bed in it. She also noticed a bowl of gem sitting on a shelf. This must be Spike's room, Sally said, walking around the room. I'm surprised that I've never seen it until now. The Pink Unicorn did notice a large pile of parchment standing on the desk. Could this be that comic that Spike was working on when he was upset? Sally let her curiosity get the better of her and she started reading it. The cruelty drawn comic showed Humdrum highly depressed because of the fact that Radiance didn't love him. At least until a pink unicorn showed up in the next panel. Hey, Starlight told herself, this drawing kind of looks like me. She continued reading. Apparently the unicorn was Marley Quinn, and according to the caption next to her, she used to be a villain, but was now friends with the Power Ponies. Actually, it probably is me, Starlight realized. Spike must have based this scenario on the first time I comforted him. She kept on reading out loud until she got to counter said, at that moment, Hunter fell in love with Marley Quinn. So I guessed. She was right. Spike is in love with me. Sorry this chapter took so long to write. The first 3 chapters came out quick because I knew exactly what would happen in them. For chapter 4, all I had planned was that Spike and Star would go with Twilight the Carnelight and would grow closer. So once I started writing that chapter, I added in so many new things that I decided to split up the Fist of the Candlelight and throw in the confrontation with Reddy alongside the things I was already planning for this chapter, namely Discord and Starlight finding out the truth. Still, I like how this chapter ended up, and I'm glad I got to make a reference to Ultra Fast Pony. I'll try to get the next chapter out sooner. And that, everybody, is basically it so far with only 5 chapters. But, well, with the other, I guess, I don't know. Maybe you might come up with another chapter where I can do that one. Until next time.